or saan pwedeng bigyan ng assistance. Saan pwedeng mangutang. The ambassador sa military pa yan, kasi sinabi niya. So he was using as a guarantee, diba, how the Chinese government vets people, how rules that their ambassador. In fact, the kasulat was completely first. I did with the past. As lahat when I did as a direct and both Chinese and Philippines na sign on. The headline was Philippines has to set aside its. So it's half true. Sinabi yung buo na both sides. So it gives people the wrong impression. Kami naman kayo nagre-report. So when you compare, no? But reports, if all the embassy reports to their citizens, all are if you say that an ambassador, please dun sa pub, it's a 5-minute speech, no? So from around 2026. It was won't speak on it very clear. All these aspects decided that it is a president with only a will buffer and a ambassador or any ambassador in answer and correct them. They is simply not about it.
The joint exploration.
Well, it's their exchange idea was good but enthusiastic. No? And countries want to care their confidence area about the high prices of oil and the economy of the dollar, oil and gas, and especially mga 5% of and mag-being out by 2028. No? Over the diet. Why do I say Shubat and Siasma seems that our region benefit Philippines? There is a one musical unstrong issues you have to go to Congress. So you're asking our questions now. So if this I think today of the boss. I'm a lawyer of the Malacanang years, so on the one about so advantage of using supposedly last of tinamaan talagang yung Hongkong. So to rush before so that both sides agreement between the DFA and the MOC will have in a week or 1 month or things that either you get absolutely yes but I'm working hard and very passionate so that we start 3 months and coming with them because there are contingencies to be taken into account. In 3 months, for example, it could be a 6-month deal. And the President orders to us in any do no corruption, benefit to people, make sure we join during my room. So it's ultimately being in 40.
So are you already in coordination with Mr. Taxer?
I have choice, but she has been awarded one sensor and verification or the agreement between commercial entity and kasi awarded by fraction pasusan or like engage there no matter state we will win there's an allies agree there is
something of that in terms of is it still security but as Madam Barrier we're talking about provision.
Second question actually so since we talk about exploration yet division of in exploration is compare both sides. But the 40 is still in the Chinese to do. They're open to it, but it's on our commercial So one of the oil and gas it's our business to get that reason. So the your something great that can work out because whatever we say import come it becomes sufficient. Oil and gas become an oil sport Italy are rated with oil focus on it. I remember move to explore before we didn't explore. Even if one oil was that price to get the oil. So na sustain yung $80 hanggang 2060 as promise at least as well. And this is a stock exchange, but I'm sure if we allow for the new technology study written.
So you mean you're one of the people in the inner circle of the press that's the case
President for some panahon that I really this as for almost a day he be held here is not here really relative has health mark and signed close to the President. It's regular, hindi siya takot sa not secret. Pagkaroon he saw when he said last time the interpretation of that I don't know if I'm something I'll tell you if time when you have time you do that so it's not to but my still as healthy now as an institution so this part of the argument is by etc. No seems from deep and what is saying we should be present giving na it's a different people at different it's just that there's people na mas gusto nyo i-report but I talk about well-known in the country even yes give him the choice these are so that you don't see South China there's a year to heart talk with regional and national between the four powers sabi ni President friend diba many of Japan many of China not many of Europe and my friend kami problem with the tackle as what helps in personality and they will continue to use a term na para sinasoba the US and China sit down and then we just claim that's precisely what we're most sorry. But the US also does not regulate our territory. It's not their but if I came with 12 nautical miles, our features with all of them. Your entity, territory, also conflict, claim the flood. But they're talking yung of navigation, nung iba't ibang example, no? I've heard again. How's the country? And in a world where with our weapons will prevent accidents. So mas natin is yung mga accident, yung gulo, and disturbance affect us. And ngayon pa ganun pa din hindi na issues are fisher and several so being it in place that then keeps that health talk. So where China flies bomber we respond. So mga tayo etapas we can vote na we have for that but we don't take our interest. It's a balancing on hand, the pressure of the like activity and the Marawi. Hindi nangyari yung Marawi, how do you draw the fight? From toward for a they don't assist ideology, no? But when Marawi happened, the extremist or if not, you have government. So you have a federal administration, even with 70 to 80% support. You have a coalition of secessionists, which would be very conservative, yung lang Kosovo or susulat lang or to the officers who are the so I think our ambassadors are fair and the ambassador so if someone gets yung hindi natuloy na entry yung attempt to remove Gmail we all resources we all know that part is linked because there are movement and the left very left the front meaning ganyan din, when you're napagkakalan ni wala this is for the possibility before the station and what's it their expectations sa but help sure that telling us wouldn't we diba so by say that yung certain exercise in them that's good most use but don't partiality not wala live and work abroad you were free. Do I mean it's a choice? Sa ngayon, kung apat anak, lalo mahilig pa extended family, di ba? Lola kasama sa bahay. There, will not be enough. The basic needs include vision, models, yung hiring and workers. Abroad, one country, whether you're from the labor tent, your color, trade, shave, your friends, shave, ang pinakauna na yung pinaka-governor doon. So since embassy ka doon, may OFW-han ba with one kung sa Pilipinas, so paging na si Bong Air, so say, sir, gusto ko, sir, kailangan pa doon sa DOE, kaya sir, na ako abroad para taong sa so it's still bit too complicated for even fish, what more for Pilipinas, all of this now. Friends wants us to one country, one approach, even here. So this morning, we're going to depart interagency meeting, the first health cabinet, whether we cabinet cluster on OFU, or we have working under the clusters, precisely to find areas where there are no, 5 areas that they are programmed for all, but we can have a certain pathway, OFWs. A good example is yung past, few months ago, a year ago, or umabot ng bago ng passport. So for you, pa express now, CW, right now. So, if I put the financial you are a member of a yun ay discount. So, over yung Secretary Berry there, the report president, he authorizes to pay. But that's what it's a habit group. No? Want to learn all the sila driver's license, may programa rin, pero alam ba na FA na may nag-ala sa inflation ating mga abroad. They check sa kamag-anak dito o aking NFI. We want to and go to the version hindi yung ito. Quick, we had participation sa youth. Here was because we highland the Secretary of the City for regional cooperation to put more rights and framework. In other words, parang diba? So, you go, there is the minimum gold standard of the rights migrants. No? And with 10 million Filipinos abroad, it's not that be one of the histories. Not everyone joined. But if you get to see my I love your name and they want to this migrant. Migrants are natural people, diba? Many Filipino in Philippines, Philippines, how many ex-with, there are neighbors, diba? So, airport, no? Just one, the let's do away with that. So, in fact, it accepts each piece and the border protection policies is very in the security well-being of each country. We're saying, global learning of ECF, the GC framework, and people migrate, how they should be there, what are the basics, pag-aaral, at the places now, but Filipinos fit and are still places, diba, where may mga bukla. Nasusunod naman may for example, pag make yung siya register. Okay, so register, kapag lumalaki hindi na makapag, or if there's schools in that place, so all around the world, we happening to Philippines, happening to all nationalities, there and then are we start and say that you're yes, very easy. So one of the proposed to leave is overseas ever you put logistics point person, but the reality is because the department may have its own regarding of use. We want to make the programs and the issues of law. Tumating dito, isang bakuna, coordinated and aid help sa pupunin. Naman, yung tao, ba, may pangpunta. So, anong itip sa pwedeng sponsor of funds? Hindi na dito. Like right all, through the, or just 2 departments, plano na repatriate para lahat sa sinong yan. Pag-yung ka-undocumented, then AOO na recruit their level for the special repatriation. Of the event and the capital to create human development, but now cluster, definitely cluster. How in the introduced with drugs, they have and the cemetery. So, take any of the years, both recruitment, POE, honors, so what the test and the question is how they one where they had WSO like yung amortization now are I nila yung nila sa but mid-time hindi pa naka-over the first time. So what if lalo kung sales, diba? And kung may bahay, may train yan very important. Or this is the big point na spot na to then try to help solve those problems. Yes.
President Duterte about Michael
charge later states take about all rescue if it's an office we have the freedom of press quality that means the problem. So I review to say that there was malicious misrepresentation that said resident review the people who destroy a certain. So sinasabi ba? He was saying that he cannot be the ambassador even lives in his house. The ambassador kaya kasi as a guarantee the Chinese helps people how helps their ambassador cannot possibly. In fact, the pagkasunod article the first I didn't use strong words to disagree with Rada in the past from their relation. Kasama ko na i-discuss very clear naman yung sila both sides, both China and Philippines, and later on Philippines and Philippines. It's three. All sides have to sign for the line on was lab has these people that is correct they are here. When you have it like all the MC including their organization different ambassadors or floor. But please dun sa pub may link it's a 15-minute speech with PN alumni around 22 minutes, no? So from 22 minutes. If you listen, if watch it, makaklarong din ang ulo. I won't move. And for the president to coaching at the time, it's very clear information of what president. Sometimes kasi pagka media is very controlled and we have to always so, you know, I'm not sure if the president made a statement, I think we spoke, but might to make sure that our coordination. And I do think whether it's Chinese ambassador or any other ambassador that got so I'm hoping rather can correct their report or if they want, they'll show the president for meetings.
So what's the list about joint action?
Well, they're changing votes and I both cautiously enthusiastic. See really at floor and if and we're praying that they're actually asking and nabangan that we just see with the high prices of and cost to our dollars the gap and especially because Malaya is about 40% the power need and Malaya will be around 20.8 hopefully longer due to sa issues enthusiastic would benefit we all agree that there will be more be constituted and under Chinese cautious because it's you have passed the scrutiny of both Congress and the judiciary. So we are asking these questions now. So if this happens, I have a latest a very rough draft with play lining up of the basic which I will think it was so of course the Malacanang lawyers and the executive secretary on the constitution side. And then I will ask the state councilor the upper side. So taking advantage that he put this over as only last month. So we're trying to rush the principle between we will giant step forward.
Will be in a position now to announce that the Xi Jinping?
I don't know ourselves and we'll finish it on or who must be the leader to get that or not. If it's a mix, yes, but then malalaba. But I'm very bullish that we would do soil exploration to start next year. Because every they have actually in with an agreement. It's not a 3-month delay in execution because their condition at the so 3-month 9 delay. Anything to do is to be make sure we join my term or see what we employ. For the state service and what are these sports class wells. Particular one looking at as big well yung pagkita of small one. So this secret naman sa lalo sa business papers and the impression. We have a discussion especially with lawyers because the framework with them, a framework a commercial between commercial and entity. Diba? But actual exploration level development that's why or something like the value win with penalize it. Their second question actually so we're talking about exploration, talking about in the part in the exploration that information is there. The forte, still Chinese are still reviewing it, but they have the door on. They're open to events on our commercial activities in Paganila. One of them, if it's a small 145, unless so the not depending on the result. But intelligence, I don't think we got that. Therefore, we say importing becomes shell and gas, oyster, leading no? Economics, activities of power, just the income. Marami sa problema sa nation ngayon. Gawa yung wells na ito ngayon. Ikita ka na barrel years, move to areas that you explore. If you quality yung much price, may interest to drill and terms of yung dollars 76 initial as these very promising when the stock exchange should if we should there be clearer new data given new from the last study report in Philippine stocks. I really believe despite strong for until 3 is as here are still in our adolescent. Relatively, yung yung second is math. And see, I'm close to the check-up. Hindi siya pa sa doktor o sa but he's also not secret. Kaya merong sakit, whether or he will say so when he said last night, cancel the interpretation of that, no? Don't know if I read, but my interpretation, if something serious, I'll tell you. And why waste time if you have limited time? You what's most important, you, diba? Ito playing on to power. My interpretation is still as a whole. Na baka-blanch, the Philippine Constitution, despite all this argument trying to specify that sinong win niya, Philippine Constitution. And no, we should buy the president giving na kung siya ang tatanungin, by Z ang kanyang separate wala diba? It's just a but I give her no person the people binang president. Yes. Can you ask him then what?
Yeah, please.
These groups are so proud ng Philippines have more criminal and they do for friends to everyone. China and China has a different US has a difference. The dynamics of superpowers are different of powers or countries of power. No? So ASEAN to tackle ASEAN. But it's also because 6 of ASEAN that overlap, but 40% Brunei, Malaysia, and no? We will continue to deal with to use natin sa Senado, sa Congress. Mapapatuloy itong present down, then regional player, man-to-man player. That is why we're running. Sorry. Yes, that's also reclaiming it as if they weren't a political files of RL, you should tell them. Ito, we will be here. And then also answers, we don't may conflict sa claims, iba't ibang barang. The US sa clause did not ratify it. So iba ang yung of the game ng iba't ibang bansa. For example, one which I've heard again kasi Asian only from vehicles or the benefit is military. Yeah, another world where several countries not powerful conventional weapons. After should be clarified because we don't want any. So mas concern natin yung magtunang sila between any of the great powers because any bansa has. Yung palang dito hindi tuloy yung summit sa North if something South China. Sure, for example, for relationship with issues are and issues with them, but except we found a way to relieve them. So hindi na binabago, but we're also not debating it because we did. But then key players that have to sit down and talk is para masolve nila yun. So either the US or the other one will respond. So mangyayari pa rin, mangyayari supposed to have to. But we all
What has been your instructions to because there will be so process.
these rebels, not but they're not when out they so when you have reverse even when you find a support to have all of option which would be valid conservative forces or pursuits to the complete so and so if ESA want to hindi natuloy na NCRPO yung attempt to did same so such as we all know that the reality that is member do link with reprisals few components sa administration the military component communication so business components left may legal yung CPP and may legal fronts meaning active bundle and then there kung may struggle na yan anong isa informal na, di ba? But, hindi niya, di ba? Critical. Pagkakamal sa pinaban niya yung gobyerno, di ba? It's also critical to say that if there's a million members, wala lang na quietly meron lang CPP because we believe the ideology of Naksha, di ba? So that's the reality.
Justice Correctly the other day said, can I just go back to the navigation? Since we can't enforce the religious, we should give the powers, give the exercise. Instead, it's moral obligation who prepares, we have affecting the victory sa navigation. What's your comment?
It's a thin line because we are for freedom of navigation. Never away from young leaders and ministers. Freedom of navigation, freedom of life, freedom to lay people on the internet, etc. Yan, we're it. No? What we're saying is, to understand this man, is that exercise that further complicate the situation. Ang problem, freedom of navigation also, di ba? Freedom of navigation, we go within 12 nautical miles features that without telling us. Wouldn't, di ba? And on the like, he's not wrong saying we should have navigation, which we do. But you and, join them. Well, that's the navigation.
Ambassador, Chinese ambassador reached your office to clarify kung you say now is tapos tungkol sa credit to client. Wala pa.
Wala kong kausap pagpasok. Issue. For this unsit and then second he early this morning. So take an RT. Sorry for you. You guys take a few minutes here. Nothing is if you want to go in.
Good morning. Structure. Yan po ang topic ng Federalism Press Briefing today. Let's now have Assistant Secretary Marie Banag.
Thank you, Rocky. Magandang umaga po sa ating kasamahan sa media sa Malacanang Press Corps po. This morning we have with us a member of the CONCOM, Juan Libarios, and of course, Secretary Gary Olivar. Attorney Libarios will be presenting yung structure and powers ng proposed drafts ng CONCOM po on federalism. Sir.
Before
Structure and powers, yan po ang topic ng Federalism Press Briefing today. Let's Assistant Secretary Marie Banag.
Thank you, Rocky. Magandang umaga po sa ating kasamahan sa media sa Malacanang Press Corps po. This morning we have with us a member of the CONCOM, Attorney Libarios, and of course, Secretary Gary Olivar. Libarios will be presenting yung structure and powers ng proposed drafts ng CONCOM po on federalism. Sir.
Before we jump to Attorney Rowan, let me mention the privilege of introducing him based on my CV. It was sent me by Viber. Attorney Rowan Liban is a founding partner of law, and formerly a president, national president Bar Philippines, a UP grad, undergrad, and College of Law. He was a congressman and vice governor of Luzon del Norte. And as Marie said, he is a member of the consultative committee for the 1987 Constitution. Today is going to be talking about governments under the new federalist set. Thank you for joining us, Attorney.
Okay. Salamat din kay Secretary Gary Olivar, sa ating lahat, mga daga. I was assigned present an overview and powers of the proposed federal setup as being advocated to by the CONCOM. So at the onset, we would like to clarify the principle of the SEM, that is a federalist form of decentralization, operating principle of the revision of the Constitution. Now, if federalism is the solution, what then is the problem? Based on our analysis, the key problems that we are facing is the serious imbalance in development regions and an over-concentration of economic power in the center because we are operating on an uniform government na yung central government is in Metro Manila, and so there's a tendency of over-concentration of economic resources and power in the center and resulting in the serious of economic development among the various regions. And with GDP, the gross domestic product, 6, NCR, which is the seat of the government, and Calabarzon, which forms part of the Mega Manila, practically accounts for 53% of domestic product, while the rest of the regions could only account for 7%. So the overwhelming bulk of the GDP is being accounted for only by Calabarzon and Metro Manila or the NCR. In terms of poverty incidence, maliwanag din dito yung nag-i-improve lang in terms of poverty eradication, Metro Manila and Calabarzon, 10% yung poverty incidence. But the country, other region pa rin from 20 to 51%. Kaya nga sabi nila, although improve yung growth natin sa Pilipinas compared with other countries, but still we are lagging behind the poverty eradication because many of our regions are still sa high incidence, even for Metro Manila and Calabarzon. Dito may marked improvement sa poverty incidence eradication. Now, in terms of direct investments, based again on lumalabas na more than 50% of them are again accounted for by the NCR and Calabarzon. And in terms of budget, lalo sa DOTR natin, may example lang namin, from 2013 to 2016, Calabarzon and NCR both account for 53% of the budget of the DOTR, showing the overconcentration of resources in Metro Manila and the area, which forms of the Mega Manila, yung picture of gross imbalance of economic. And so we are proposing balance, no? We development and just an equitable shared economic resources, and we have a devolution of powers, the economic imbalance. So we're proposing for a shift, federal setup. So one centralized to other government, we have fed-time regional states, no, regional governments. So it's a political subdivisions. So 16 regions, which include the region, they have the two ASEO and the ERA. Condition of cultural and ethnic differences, powers than the other regions of flexibility, separate organic acts. So mas rule compared with others. If you tawag na local, but in our local government, regional government, if you notice tayo mga is all of regional line, the regional development ability, kasi walang governance. We will create a regional government. At lahat ng mga regional line axis will now of the region and may role ito recognition of making laws in territories. And may authority agencies and supervision over the house. Under the natin, hindi tayo pag-create government institution, except for Cordillera. We do constitution because the sample quality citizens walang government except Cordillera. So we're trying by amending the constitution. So shift powers situation. So here there is now a deal with the national government or the federal government. So may powers federal government. So yung national trade, called by national government at national security, development national scale. But I'll be bold the slide that governments, economic development and planning. Ngayon sa approval now, kung mag-a-apply yung isang province, under the proposed setup ngayon, ganun din sa tourism, mga major ticket projects, the major approvals. Under the new setup, this will so we expect and more efficient potentials of the economic development. So more authority make potentials for development of the region. Source of revenue and now will be handled by the regional government. We consider exclusive powers of the exclusive powers like kinakailangan pa ng nations, mga permitting business control of regulation municipal waters, IP rights and works. Everything now will be decided. These powers, this will now be considered as powers government. Words working the more terms of economic development. Except powers retain national government. This list of powers will now be devolved to regional government, giving them way in and charting their own economic development. With the hope of, because of this, we will be able to the potentials of the various. So, in terms of powers, nasabi na masyado yung national and we have your powers. Federal next size, those sizings of tax and the list of taxes, which we under the access to the government and no longer parang we're giving now to raise the mga governments by defining the tax. Some of these are still being imposed on the levied government, but this time it is to regional government. We're hoping to promote autonomy, raising of revenues for the government. There is also a fund in the federal government at the national. As a national tax, if you know the local government code and this, meron tayong sharing. 60% goes to national, 40% goes to GU. At yung napupunta lang sa LGU, yung taxes lang, income taxes. Ngayon, sa proposal natin ng mga national taxes na nakolekta, dapat share yan sa regions and the LGU. So from 50%. And then, yes na, hindi lang limited sa income taxes. So yung mga customs duties, excise share ng mga regional government. So mas equitable sharing. So, kasi nagreklamo yung ating mga LGUs. So, for example, you're hosting the mga airplane kan mapunta lang sa customs duty, punta lang sa national government. So here, we're making sure na 50% of the will be shared by the regions. In terms of rate development and new source, natin ang percent ng derived from the regions should go now Cordillera beginning 75%. Mga regions, host mga mining company, mga power plants, they will be getting 50% yung ating regional governments. And to instruments of develops, we also allocate 3% of the totalization fund. Din kung anong region na kailangan ng tulong, ang education fund will serve as buffer fund, will be rated para mag-fast track yung kanilang development. So, I think 3% of the for the equally funds ay issue para matunga ibang regions. And of course, kasi kasama pa rin ang mga congress allocate programs and services for the region. So, magkukuha ng regional so, in other words, ito ngayon yung equitable sharing of resources, no? Taxes, income, and from the GAO, sure that we'll have a more equitable sharing, equitable spreading out of envelopes. So these are the mechanisms that we have adopted. Sure, we will have a spread development among the various. For on the structure side, adopt the presidential system of government pattern of the US. Hindi ito hindi ito parliamentary. Doon sa commission na yung presidential pa rin tayo, federal. So the executive will be lodged in the president. But this time, may meron dito, yung president will not, the president, vice president will not be, hindi pwede yung presidente binoto, iba yung vice president kasi ang kailangan natin ng mas cohesive for implementation, policy making. So, just like other vote for the president should be a vote for the vice president. And then sa changes natin, the vice president, 4 years, but and then siya or to ensure na ating mga leaders. And then we insert here para to avoid the incumbent president is barred from running official president. This included in the insinuation na may mga political agenda and the incumbent president is president in the Now, another major industry, napakalang because ang problema ng judiciary na binatang mainly Supreme Court. Dito ngayon, we need kasi doon, bakit efficient ng justice? We have 4 high courts. Yung Supreme Court will be deciding criminal cases, regular courts, and other andiyan pa yung Suprema. But all constitutional questions will now be resolved not by the Federal Constitutional Court. Just like in France and in Germany, constitutional questions, no lang si overburdened na ang Korte Suprema. Constitutional Court to be on constitutional matters. Efficient and more effective, the constitutional questions. Quasi-judicial issues, COA natin, Ombudsman, ngayon ang APMA, mga LTFRB, decided that if kung lahat ng quasi-judicial bodies, lahat ng mga review will still be open at tumatagal yung, so kakaroon tayo ng federal ad with exclusive jurisdiction over judicial review process. So, and then lastly, we have federal lating fragmenting decision sa electoral case. Pag election-related congressmen, HRO, pag tribunal, presente, meron tayong presidential election. At pag other offices, meron tayong COMELEC. Yung COMELEC ka natin na di na masyado kasi instead, mag-implement siya ng election laws, naubos yung oras sa pag-settle ng mga contests. So what we decided is that the quasi-functions of the COMELEC be divested na, now be involved or transferred to the electoral. At yung mga dito sa HRET, sa PET will be House. This federal court will confine and rationalized in this. Kasi ngayon vented pag House, ibang sila pag sa ibang officials, we have decided on the House and ensure if for adjudication. At pili natin and enforcement of election. Wala silang adjudication. So, ensuring clean, honest election, being bogged down by electoral contests. So, papasok natin yan sa electoral court. Ito, we are also proposing independent. Here, sa practice natin ngayon, mga appointments to the high court, like executive presidente. And ginawa namin 1/3 coming appointed, 1/3 to be appointed by Congress, 1/3 to be appointed by the judiciary. More balanced composition sa Supreme Court, high courts. Now, sa mga ngayon, ang practice natin ang appoint president. Other jurisdictions, because ang Supreme Court is more supposed to be we're given that court. Parang speaker, entire house ang speaks mo. Sa judiciary natin sa Supreme Court. High courts, because the president not given 1/3 authority. Then we have from JBC, the Judiciary Council, we've expanded the powers of the Bar Council. Meron na silang conduct circuit na mag-conduct litigation. So strength of the powers of the JBC ensure that we'll have a more and more members of the bench may makakatulong sa JBC. Two are come judge now. Sa bicameral Congress, no? May Senado yung Kongreso. Ang elect na. So nangyari, walang senador. Reklamo yung mga Muslim, tagal na wala silang naging representative na Cordillera. Walang representative sa Senado. Balance pa rin, representation. Now, to make hat na doon, may representado. Each region, kailangan may dalawa silang Senado. The size of the region. Regardless of the size of the region, ang region mo, you will be entitled to each region, kasi meron 8 yan, plus yung asymmetric regions natin, senators. So regardless, that will ensure more representation yung with one re-election. May pagkakaiba tayo ngayon dito. Typically, we're operating in 80% sa voted by elected congressmen and then 20% party list. Now, natin, medyo splintered yan. Tatlong maximum in the system. Yung strong party system. Ang ating map party system natin. Sinasabi yung ating sa Pilipinas na talagang halo party system na nabuo. Strong party system. So we're shifting towards 40 proportional party representation. Actually, can participate dito, and then strong will really show lumakas sila kasi it votes, the more they're entitled to their performance in the electoral process. So now be an incentive for parties to themselves in 1, 2, or 4 strong party, no? To ensure na mga marginal sectors will be represented. So in the fall cycles, yung ating 5 are assured equal seats sa party represent. So labor, peasant, urban poor, and will be entitled to marry in the first electoral cycles. Hoping after those, they will be strong enough and develop with quality. Kaya nakita natin the political thing towards 20% party list and proportional party electoral cycles, merong mandatory seats to indeed mapektuhan yung ating sector. Kung natin Executive Department, Bamiral pa rin. So all this naman basically yung may mga pagbabago tayo petition committee natin constitution din na to ensure na play yung maabuse sa market natin structure na. Sa in essence ito post na Fed structure under the new constitution.
Secretary Bar, yeah.
I'm fine. I agree 100% with attorney.
Okay, MPC question.
Hi, sir. Yung pag-decision, sir, that the incumbents powered from as transitional president to apply to President Lenny Robredo. Clear, sir, she got under Anson government, sir.
Yes.
It's to run, sir. It's not automatic.
It's to run. Only president.
Sir, I understand this was ready to come. Tama po.
Ni Presidente Mate, tukong klipot ng CONCOM NCRPO ito. Gusto mga prosper
Best to conclude the eyes for you.
posing as one. So with this finesse, you shall load come to run for the content president. That's by
And session the CONCOM limit the term to only 4 years.
actually re-election with one re-election. Kasi unang sabi 6 years, masyadong galing ng presidente natin bigyan ng age, di ba? So, ang presidente, di ko natin sabi, pagaling siya, di siya sa years. So, kasi masyadong masign lalo din sa mga apps natin. Pag presidente talaga, may drive naman siya. Ating tabay, may gusto man yung papatakbon siya to one election. So, the base.
Your observance na parang ang 6 years nga enough for a president to implement parang long because what president, the event president, agree but not strongly.
In 4 years. Sa ngayon, 6 years lang, maximum, di ba? So, we're giving the 4 years. Okay, kay President ang ating presidente. Kung baga ng federalismo, sabi niya, sana yan, tanggap ng taong bayan niya to a transition president. It's really an option for the president. Ayaw mabaw, yung ng mga lumalabas kasi ng mga political loans, may siling agenda ng Fed power yung ating incumbent president. So, in our idea, actually.
Yes, sir.
Ian Cruz.
Hello po. Last night, about his health, hindi ba threaten ng CONCOM si President nag-spearhead ng federalism if paano ito?
Siyempre, pag presidente, lahat ko makaliyat ang health ng ating presidente. But we also to observe inventality. Hindi na malakas presidente natin. Ang serious concern about it.
Sir, natin lang, in 4-year term na rin ba sila?
Ganun din. Force masyadong sirap. So, napaka-side
Executive, so 10 years
lang.
Parang
ganun pa rin. Ito object law mo.
Sir, in a list na yun, in the context, the list of the, kung ikumpara sa concerns inflation, does it affect government administration?
Siguro, parang yan, talaga maiwasan kasi mali. Di ba? Yung masasyo sa ibang bilihin. Yung kasi itong federal pag the other says natin na ikakang bayan is federalism. So, lahat naman si ASEC, yung isa sa mga trainers sa Reobar, becoming to our goal para maintindihan mo.
Meron lang ako sa tanong yan ni Mover. Well, tanggap naman po ngayon yung issue namamayan tao at lumpo ito is lalo na yung survey ng December 1 net miss versus miss noon SW. Siyempre kapis talagang mali nga mayan. Pero wag nalimutan to the pre-inflation, one factor that's in control, yung taas na lang sa ibang bayan o kayo nagmamahal yung mga imports. Now, those things, they're uncontrollable, so definitely there's unit. May mga non-cost inflation pool, kadong pera system is best managed and which to monetary policy and the Bank of Central Williams sa federal. But ang inflation ngayon, the third kind is binanit mo ng BSP at ng may ibang nasa malaan, yung pong tinatingan cost o supply, mataas po na production is importanteng bilhin, lalo na agriculture, especially rice. Yung supply side, malaki magagawa ng federalism. Number one, pagdating po sa agriculture, mas nababantayan ng government. Ang mga mas naitutulak yung mga programa mataas na productivity, halimbawa yung pagpapamang infrastructure. Kailangan mga farm-to-market systems, big tension yun at level. And this is recognized really in global federalist practice. Okay. Now, mas nababantayan po yung problema kasi distribution sa logistics. Paglabas po ng farm gate, ang laki po ng mga traders, ng mga middlemen, nagkakaroon po ng mga cartel, nagkakaroon ng hoarding. Mas nababantayan yun, again, at the regional level, mas malapit yung governor at regional assembly sa pinagmumula ng problema much more easily kasi they are close to the ground. Okay? And they don't decide ang resource across the national scale. Sa loob ng region, yun po may tutong nila problema ng ganong klaseng catalyze or inefficiency, etc. hoarding. So, the regional governments are more to supply sa akin katulong ng federalism sa pagpapababa. Kaya nga, ko na bumaba na ng inflation demand, which highest. So, yung sinabi ng mga manage na phenomenon lang ito na nangyari at unti-unti na pong inflation rate at least starting sa Met.
Okay, thank you, Secretary Olivar. No more? Yeah, sige.
Secretary Oliver, obviously, sir, the taong bayan ng ganyang klase na issue, mas mapasikmura yung pagkakataong bayan sa federalism. Are we change, especially in our campaigns, pag-information campaigns, para ba yung at least to tweak actions campaigns?
No, we have a standard, the idea, ginawa po ng ating certificate when we go on this. Pero ang isa pong bahan natin kapag lumalabas po tayo sa mga region, yung pong tinatawag hall. No? We have it all. Meet with representative groups, whether they're fisher folk, poor workers, mga estudyante, iniugnay po natin sa kanila mga issue natin pagsulong ng federalismo. Okay, so itong pagtungtong sa issue ng nation ngayon, ang ginawa natin sa briefing, ginagawa na po natin sa po, napapansin na at kung sumama din, kapag narin po ng mga nasa province, tangka po kaagad sa kailang sinasabi. Dapat sila po ang unang-una nakakapagpapabaya sa kanilang government.
Okay, Pia. Thank you, Secretary Alvon Catoyos. Thank you, Assistant Secretary naming studio sa Radyo Pinas and Vision Network.
We had a command conference where the president asked me to stay and offered me a position which currently does not exist yet. No? While there was no categorical agreement on what to do, I did say I will consider it, and I wanted the weekend to think it over. He mentioned it again in the PMA affair, but I think the manner by which he mentioned it about the diagnosis office the president may have, I will that in this capacity as spokesperson president, and to concede that no, and therefore I'm inclined to believe to continue with this current match.
Teka muna, unahin ko muna to, sir.
Questions na. Hey.
Si Raymond Tinasa, microphone.
Sir, doon na sa pato din. Sir, bakit pala na kaso ni Michael Yang or alleged involvement sa drug? Meron ba siya, ba si Michael Yang or nasa drug list ba siya? At
Hindi parang may sinasabi, bali-balita na involved.
so, yun ang kontralinis.
Sabi niya, di ako na yan.
Okay.
So the report of
Pia.
RAP opposite.
Thank you.
He was defending Michael Yang.
Pia.
sa your last sentence are signed.
I have said weekend to think about my option, but as you can see, I cannot live as a spokesperson out as them. Now people think I lied. I did not know.
Follow up?
Sir, with respect po, may talagang hindi ka po sinasabihan din saan siya po or pupunta man siya ng ospital.
I have his role, and it's only in the cabinet to do that. But there's a lot of things. So when it's private time, I take private time. So that's what I say. Private time thing that I got from his calendar. That my predecessor enjoyed. I appreciate the president folks release. But you can see what happened there. And now, believe me, that he had private time, apparently a diagnostic nation. You know, I did say no knowledge, he had a time, and even a diagnosis isn't called privite time. I do realize unless I have access to what the president is currently.
Sabi ko, masakit nyo.
You know, some secretary told me that I should just pray to do. He told me to look for an object sign, and I just know what I'm looking for.
Follow up?
Sir, sorry, kasi umanina you said trying to continue his current function and then you sort of wanted to leave.
Let's say this option decide. It goes out sale, but I do confront me another job who's spokesperson.
Did you an on info maybe from Sao that may told you?
You know, this complete surprise was announced. So there was a case knew that, knowing I did not know, and not knowing is not the same.
Please follow up.
You mentioned and offers. Are you referring to the office secretary?
You know, it's difficult to say because that exists. And my apprehension is I'm already a person under creating the position. So in making decision, it's difficult actually position currently exists. And that I am a Christian. I pray. My fellow Christian secretary said I'm being as project. He has said I that's an assurance that the president is not into hide anything his health because amount. Kaya sure tayo yan. Kayo ang hingi ko lang katindi na unay tayo kasi but it was in calendar.
And then of course this thing that he wants. Why is
underwent? And he was recommended from his own word commands because they wanted just to be that growth and that, but no. So I think text of why he's if it's candor. Said there is a mission whether public made public will they find out no right into it it is serious very recognition.
Sir, like in conference, gusto mo ng treatment o gusto mo magkaroon ng life? Is the fund bang real estate or is the sending?
Hindi naman po. Kasi kung nga pinakita yung video, palakas po sin. Pero ang sabi man niya, may maulan. So, kung meron man siyang things, it's not out of the ordinary. And again, uutin po, dahil nang sa bibig ni Pinte, hindi po para itago sa taong bayan.
So, sir, it's not serious ills.
Now we don't diagnostic exactly.
So, diagnostic endoscopy again, it's normal.
I think what he said, and again, but because he made it public, I feel stated, no? So he said, yes, he had a diagnostic test in Cebu and to clarify something limited to upper endoscopy. That's all that I know.
Are you both referring to or?
Hindi po alignan na sa upper endoscopy. Beyond what he has said, this matter, no? Still here next, we need to issue medical bulletin. Well, serious. Perhaps it's the only to alter your health. I do not know. I was weak.
This
and we listen as I do lawyer constitution. If it's a serious illness, we'll inform the shan.
Sir, you said that we taking the weekend things afterwards that you would be considering your decision.
Number one really is how I continue in this position or in a position right now. I think it's very serious. I'm not going on.
You said position similar to doing right now.
Kasi because wala pa po yun. It's such a need by senators. And it came Senator President. And I understand that in fact had discussed about this matter. That much I know.
The President what he tends to do with Secretary Morty?
Well, I leave it to us. There will be there's past 6 cabinet members, 5 candidacies. So there will be new appointment made next.
Sir, before made this decision not to appoint you to another position, at kinausap po ba kayo ni Presidente?
That hit to me. In fact, he told me private, but in the presidential of the command conference. He also staying in public. Si Harry Roque, ingay muna siya dyan, bibigyan ko siya ng ibang trabaho, in public. That's why I had an article somewhere that on the command conference, I did not said in PMA affair.
You surveyed this. Parang he's the idea na he supporting Senate.
Yes and no, because him or was for a year. Contest it was a year, what would happen a year later. But I was not surprised with one thing with my. I think I would not believe because his health.
Yes, may pagtampo.
Nothing at all.
Bakit, sir?
yung itong mag-isip kayo. So by Monday, kita pa rin tayo. May press briefing ka pa as person o retela?
Let's let Monday you will find out about my plans.
Ina.
Sir, going to be about, kailan po na yung growth? Was it seen
Again, inilam ko ano yung undergo. Dalawa yung in-undergo niya eh.
Wala na
Yung
endoscopy.
doktor na Samuel, right? So, doon eh. So, he had, and after which, I suppose, from what he had in the friend, they wanted more zeroing in on.
So, means, yun nga, blood cells.
Yes.
Okay, so na kay Rapplers. Exonerating Michael Young when there is an...
Correct mo muna yung mga ko kita sagutin.
To which
Kung
you
ikaw
go-
naman ay gagawin sa rin kung yung para sa kusin. So, sorry, I'm not Irish. I'm not ito. Kita yung video na yung story mo.
Ito second question is throwing Michael Young. Why is PD nga...
Ay, correct mo yung story mo. You know, I could respond to you. Naman remote sa nakita nating sana mag-i-grip.
Ralph. Microphone.
Sir, would you know po kung ilan na
Hindi ko nga po alam. Wala kaya medyo